Welcome to another edition of Make It Make Sense podcast season 2. And we have our very own beautiful Dedra Moon in the house. Woo!
Round of applause, round of
All right.
applause.
Woo! So welcome to season 2. You made a whole season. How cool
I am
is that?
so excited. I feel very Hollywood-esque. Like
Hey,
season 2, episode 1. We're back. I feel like I'm like the next Halle Berry
you
of
go,
radio, of
girl.
podcast.
Well, you look good. You look real good and you're doing good. Hey,
Thank
I'm
you.
proud of you.
You know, Kimmy, I have a request.
Okay.
I love those headphones. So how do I get some headphones? I feel like that makes me official.
Okay. Well, you know what? Your next episode, you're gonna have some headphones on your ears. How about that?
I love it. I will feel very official.
Okay, we can make that happen. Absolutely. Okay, so today is tax facts or myth. I love that. How did you come up with that?
Well, Kimmy, tax time is just common for so many people. I mean, you hear about it, almost everyone has to do it, but there are so
Right.
many things out there. There's so much information that you really can't decipher what's a fact and what's fiction. So
Yeah.
today I thought we'd play a little game all about tax facts, but are they fact or fiction or myth? So facts or
Myth.
myths?
Yeah. Okay, so well, I got a lot for you, right?
Let me see if I'm ready. Let me see. I'm ready. I'm ready.
You're ready. Okay, so let's go with the first question. So you know me and my little noodle brain. If I make six figures, if I make six figures, can I get a refund or no?
Well, I'm gonna play a little volleyball and bat it back to you. What
Okay.
do you think, Cammy? If you make six figures or more, can you get a refund? What do you think?
Okay, I think it doesn't matter how much money you make. If you paid your taxes to Uncle Sam, you should be able to get a refund.
Okay, well,
So,
that's a really good answer, Cammy, and your answer is factual. So the
okay.
question maybe people think because I make a whole lot of money, I'm not eligible for a refund. And that thought process is fiction. Okay.
Okay.
So no matter how much you earn, everyone has to pay their rightful tax liability.
Mhm.
However, if you are working with a knowledgeable accountant or a knowledgeable tax professional, there are actions and strategies that we can take throughout the year to help you legally reduce your
Okay.
tax liability. So
Okay.
we always look at it with an approach of the more you make, the more you want to keep. And we can do that by implementing appropriate tax strategies. So here's what I want all of our listeners to know, Kimmy. And you guys have heard me say this before, and I'm going to keep saying it. Tax time should not be the only time I'm talking to you. I
Right.
need to talk to you more often because now our strategies are limited where we may have had more strategies during the year. So,
Mhm.
whether it's my firm or another firm, talk to your accountant, your tax professional more than just at tax time because there are strategies out there.
Okay. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. It really
I
does.
know, right? And
Yeah.
Kimmy, it's so common that we as Americans, and I say we, myself included, we are so indoctrinated that tax time is at the beginning of the year through April 15th. That's
Mhm.
just what we know. And though that's true, tax time is actually all year long.
Yeah. It's funny because you're absolutely right. I mean, that you're scrambling and you're trying to get your W-2s and you're trying to get all this because you have this deadline, and that's it. And then and when you're like a single parent, like I was, I wanted to get all my refunds So I'm, I'm knocking down. I done had 6 jobs during the year. I want all my, by this date. That's it. And then I don't see that preparer anymore until the next year. And
Right.
so that's kind of the way we're.
I really want to change that narrative. I really do. We at the Moon Group are available year round. You can come and see us in January, April, October, July, June, December. We are available year round. So I really want to change the narrative surrounding the tax profession that we're just here through April. That's just
Right.
not true. We're available right on Lynn Haven Parkway if you're local. If you are out of the area, we can see you on Zoom or do a phone call. But just reach out all year long. You will thank me.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
Absolutely. So can I continue with my question?
Oh yes, of course. I'm sorry. Keep me on track, Cammy, because I love this stuff and I'll just talk. So keep me on track.
And I got 1,000 questions. So the next question, number 2. If I owe taxes and don't respond to the letter from IRS, am I going to jail? So I'm supposed to say fact or fiction, right? I would have to
So,
say,
what do you
I would
think?
have
Is
to
that
say that's a.
fact or fiction?
I think that's a fact. I think that's a.
Okay, so
I think. I
okay,
think
so
Uncle Sam
right,
gonna come get me.
I'm locked up and won't let me out, right? Of course, of course. Okay, so let me give you a little bit of assurance here that Uncle Sam
Okay.
is generally not going to lock you up. Nobody's
What?
coming to nobody's coming to the house. Nobody's gonna slap the handcuffs on you. I mean, in some
Okay.
very extreme cases, that does happen. Let me tell you about a really popular one that you may not be aware of. But do you remember the gangster Al Capone?
Al Capone. Okay. Yes.
Okay, so Al Capone, we know he was a mobster with all kind of illegal activity, and we know that he ended up dying in prison. Well, what many people don't know is that he went to jail not for his mobster activity. He went to jail for tax evasion.
Tax evasion. Yeah, I
So,
remember
what
that.
that means is if you are willfully evading your tax liability for years and you just ignore everything the IRS sends you for years and you have a large tax liability, you actually can be arrested for tax evasion. If you are someone kind of like us, just regular people, and you're getting letters and you're ignoring them, don't do that. Call me, send it over to me, and let me interpret it for you. Because what I
Okay.
find is that the IRS language is very intimidating. I
Yeah.
mean, it's kind of scary, and
Yeah.
honestly, it's a little bit hard to understand. So don't go it alone. Call the Moon Group. Call me. Call my office. Let me interpret it for you and let me see what it says. And then I'll tell you for sure if you're going to jail or not.
Pack your bags. You're going to jail, girl.
I'll tell you for sure. But I'm always going to say, just send me the letter. Let me see what they're saying.
Okay. I love that. I love that, guys. Okay, let's keep it moving.
Okay.
Okay. Refunds with child tax credit are being received this week.
Oh, okay. Is that fact or fiction?
I say fiction.
That is fiction. And I'm really glad that we're talking about that. I know, right? You got one right, Kimmy. Okay. So, no, actually, you got more than one, but you
I
guys
got
got one
two.
right. Okay. So this question is really important right now because we know that W-2s are in the mail, right? We know that
Right.
some people have already received them or you're receiving them this weekend. And
Hmm.
so, very often, our population who has small children and they receive child tax credits, like earned income credit and that type of thing, they usually
Hmm.
file pretty early because they want that refund, right?
Right.
And so, Oftentimes, people think the first week of February is when those refunds are going to hit, and that's just not true. Okay,
Okay.
so several years ago, there was this thing called the PATH Act, PATC, PATHACT, the
Okay.
PATH Act. And what the PATH Act does is it tries to reduce fraud. Okay,
Okay.
because let's keep it real. We know back in the day, and maybe even still today, people try to claim anybody's kids.
I remember that.
You
I
remember
remember that.
again?
I remember that. Can I
It
take
was
one of your kids? Yeah, nah, nah, you can't take
exactly
one of my
like,
kids. No,
girl,
I got
you got four kids. Let me claim two, and you claim two, and we both get some money.
you. Yeah, nah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the PATH Act was put in place to try to eliminate some of that. And one
Got
of the
you.
ways that the PATH Act does that is it puts a hold on the release of the money. So
Mm.
no one is going to get a refund before February 12th at the absolute earliest. And the reason why is that the PATH Act believes that, let's keep it real, y'all. If y'all out here scamming, y'all want the money quickly.
Mm-hmm.
So the PATH Act said, let's put the brakes on. You're not
Mm-hmm.
getting that money that early. You're going to have to wait till at least February 12th. So that was done to try to minimize the people who are trying to get in and get out quickly and scam to get some money.
Wow.
I know, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Listen, Cammy and all of the Make It Make Sense viewers, y'all getting some insider information. Y'all are getting
Yeah.
it almost the source.
I know, right? And it's amazing too. And people don't realize that, programs like yours is so valuable because all you have to do is just sit and listen. All you have to
Indeed,
do is sit and
indeed.
listen.
And whether you're
You know.
watching this live while we're podcasting, or you watch the replay, or you just, go on YouTube or our social media,
Or
we are available to help you, you know, personally. I
right.
certainly love sharing this information in a general perspective for everyone, but I want all of your viewers to know we can help you. Believe it or not, real
Right.
sidebar, Kimmy. On my way here to the studio today, about an hour ago, I get a frantic email. And of course, I see my emails coming in.
Mm-hmm.
So this woman sounds frantic. Okay. In the email, I could hear her pain in the email. So I called her while driving here, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe you called me on Saturday. Oh my gosh, I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful. I'm in the
Mm,
middle of a home buying process. The IRS is tripping." That's her word. The
her
IRS is
word.
tripping. And I just really need some help. So we've set an appointment for first thing Monday morning. I'll give her a call and see what I can do to help her. So I just want
Mm-hmm.
you and all of your listeners to know we're available to help you with your individual circumstances. Whether you are an individual or a business owner, we're here to help.
Mm-hmm. I love it. Absolutely love it. And you can't find that everywhere because a lot of times it's about the dollar, right?
Yeah.
It's not about the person and what they're going through. It's about, how much commission we can get off of this, how much we can get
Right.
from this person. So guys, you need to
And,
listen up. This is the
yep.
real
And in
deal
all
here.
honesty, Kimmy, let me mention, I don't mean to cut you off, Kimmy. Let me
That's okay.
mention that you guys know this is my business. This is, I, I have to have income too. Mama
Hmm.
gotta eat, right? Mama gotta
That's
eat.
right. That's right.
But with this caller that called in, she's got a really large IRS debt. She is in the home buying process. I'm going to make it so that I'm going to help her. I'm going to help
Hmm.
her so she can get into her home. That's what she needs for her family. And yes,
Hmm.
I've got to be paid, but we're going to work it out so that we can figure it out. So
Right.
whatever. Now, wait a minute now. Don't say that I just, you know, don't have to charge you, or I'm not going to charge you.
Right.
But
Right.
I'm here to help. I'm here to help. I'm here to be a solution when it feels like there's no solution.
Right. See, that's wonderful. See, and that's something that, if you don't get that from everybody though,
Right,
So yeah, mama does have to eat, and don't take advantage of mama. She's there
right.
for you in a positive way. Man.
Indeed.
Okay, so question number 4.
Okay,
What we got? Okay, fact or fiction. Tax preparers just punch numbers in software. I can do that, right? Okay,
okay, Cammy.
I'm going to say it's a fact that I can do it, but I don't know what the heck I'm doing. So it still might not be done right because I don't know what my tax preparer knows. So, okay.
Exactly. Perfect answer, Cammy. That's the perfect answer. So it's partially fact and partially fiction, meaning, yes, there is software out there in the market. Yes, you can go to any number of softwares and punch some numbers in. Yes, you can do that. But the fiction part is when you do that, the software is DIY. You're doing it
Do it
yourself.
yourself.
And so the software expects that you know what you're doing. Okay. Now, surely you know how to type on a computer. You know how to type some numbers. You know that part, but you don't know internal revenue code. You don't
Mhm,
know what you don't know. And
mhm,
myself and my entire firm, we're in this daily, you guys. We're in this 24/7. We are learning, we are training, we are retraining. I've been in this industry over 30 years, and every year I go to training. Every
mhm,
year I spend countless hours doing continuing education because I want to make sure that I know exactly what to do to help you get the best possible tax situation legally.
mhm.
So, though you can type numbers in the software, yes, you can. I don't recommend it. Don't do it.
Right.
Don't do it. Because when you come through my firm, when you get that letter from Uncle Sam, because you typed something wrong, because you thought you could DIY it, I'm going to be
Mhm.
there for you. But I'm going to have to charge you when that letter comes. If you just come
I
to
know
me
that's
to
right.
begin with, Mama got you. Mama got you. I
Mhm.
take you right on
What?
into my proverbial bosom and take care of you.
So why even chance it? Why even chance getting the letter?
Exactly.
When you got somebody that's here to do it for you. So yeah,
Exactly.
amazing. Okay, so the next question.
Okay.
Okay, fact or fiction? If I don't make a lot of money, then I don't have to file.
Okay,
Mm.
Kimmy, what do you think?
Woo. I think that's fiction because you do have to file, no
Okay.
matter how much you make.
Okay. Well, that's a good answer, Kimmy, and it's partially right and partially wrong. Okay.
Uh-oh.
So let me answer this a couple of ways. Now,
Okay.
Kimmy Grayson, I'm sure everyone listening to your podcast makes lots and lots of money, right?
Correct.
You're right. Okay, so
In their
the
brain.
right, exactly. The Internal Revenue Code says that if your earnings are less than the standard deduction, you are not required to file. If your
Mm,
earnings are less than the standard deduction, you are not required to file. However,
okay.
if you would be due a refund, you have to file to get the refund. So let me give you an example. The standard deduction is around $14,000 a year. Okay, so let's say you have someone who is earning about $2,000 a month. That's $24,000 a year. They're over the standard deduction, so they are required to file. No questions. But let's say you have someone making $1,000 a month, so their total earnings are $12,000 a year. That's less than the standard
Mhm.
deduction. So you do not have to file. Nope, you do not.
Wow.
However, however, if you had any withholdings throughout the year, and in some cases, you can get earned income credit with or without a child. If you don't file, you're not going to get it. You're not going to
Ah,
get it. So, a real example. I had a client in my office yesterday. He has not filed his tax return since 2020. So, of course, I began preparing 21, 22, 23, and he has the W 2, so 24. That's 4 years I have to prepare for him. So, when I prepared his 21, as I was gathering it, he said, well, that was the year I didn't really make that much money. I said, okay. And so I looked at his W 2 and he made $9,000. Okay.
okay.
Well, on that W 2, he had $900 withheld.
Ooh,
Had he filed, he would have gotten that $900 back. But now, even though we're filing it, it's too late for Uncle Sam to pay out the refund. Because
to,
here's the thing.
to pass the year.
Exactly. You only pay
Oh
the refund for 3 years. Now, Uncle Sam can come after you for 10 years. He's got 10 years to collect. You only have 3 years to claim your refund. So that $900 for 2021, poof, it's gone.
Uncle Sam got it. Mm-mm-mm.
So to answer the question, if I don't make a lot of money, I don't have to file. Yes, but no. You may not have a filing requirement, but if you are due any refund, you have to
Have to
file to
file.
get the refund.
Wow. See, now see, I wouldn't have never known that. I wouldn't have never known that. I'm thinking, you got to file, you got to file, you got to file. But I always
Right.
had a kid, so I always filed anyway. So I thought I'm going to get a refund, right? That
Right, right.
credit for the kids. Yeah. So,
I know
man,
those little crumb snatchers back in the day, right?
boy, let me tell you, that used to be some good money, though. That was good shopping money.
Right. And in some cases, when you have the small children and you file your tax return and you get that big refund, that's the largest amount of money you have at one time the entire year. And so, as a tax professional, I recognize that and I appreciate that. And I always want to make sure we're getting you the best possible legal refund that we can because I know how important those refunds are, especially to single moms or families with those small children. Those crumb
Absolutely.
snatchers are expensive.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. Let's get to the next question.
Okay.
Okay, fact or fiction? If I make money under the table, I don't have to file. That's the tricky one
Mm.
because it's under the table.
Hmm.
I'm gonna say no because I'm not reporting that money. It's under the
Okay,
table.
Al Capone. Okay, Al Capone. Cammy Grayson. Cammy Grayson number inmate number 756321.
Y'all don't listen to me then.
Okay, you guys. Even
But
if you work under the table, the IRS expects you to file that income. See, here's the thing. Here's the thing. The IRS do not care, does not care, don't care how you get your money. They just want their piece. So, yes, if you are working under the table, you are required to file that with the IRS. I know it's hard to hear. I know y'all are looking at me
oh,
like, I'm not telling Uncle Sam that. That's your
mm-mm-mm,
decision. But I'm telling
mm-mm-mm.
you, you are required to file all income under the table, on the corner. I don't care where it is. You're supposed to report that income.
So that was my question. The next question I was going to ask: what is considered under the table?
Okay, so I mean, any income where you're not receiving any documentation, like a W 2 or
Mhm.
1099, any income that you are doing some kind of work and somebody is paying you, you are supposed to report that. So if they're cash apping you, you're supposed to report that.
Oh
If they're
wow.
writing you a personal check out of their checking account, you're supposed to report that. If they're just saying, come by the office and pick up $500 and they give you 500 cash, you're supposed to report that. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Wow.
Because again, Uncle Sam doesn't care how you get your money. That's not his role. Uncle
Mm-hmm.
Sam is not DEA. He is not here to, tell you you shouldn't be doing what you're doing. He's just here to
Right.
say, okay, you made money doing it. Just give me my share. That's all.
Mm-mm-mm.
That's what landed Al Capone in prison. He did not report that income. I know,
Amazing. Yeah, man. And then you
and
know what? I would have thought I had that one.
I know, Kim, but I'll say this as well. And listen, trust me, I've heard it all, I've seen it all. When you're making money under the table, and I'm not saying it's illegal money, I'm not saying that,
Hmm.
but if it
Right.
is, okay. But when you're making money under the table and you're not filing your income tax return every year, number one, you're out of compliance with the IRS. But number
Hmm.
two, you can't get other things that you may need. For example, when you're ready to buy a house. Okay, so let's say you've been working under the table as a graphic artist, okay? You've been working under the table and you make really good money, like 70, $80,000 a year, but it's all under the table, so you never file a tax return. Okay, so now you fall in love this year, right? You find your boo. This is the one you want to be with, and your boo says we need to buy a house. And you say, okay, because you're making 80,000 a year. And you're like, okay, okay. So Boo brings their tax return to the table and they look at you. What do you And then you have to do the uh well, I
Mm.
didn't file. So
Mm-mm-mm.
now Boo is mad because y'all can't get the house and y'all gotta move back into that little 1 bedroom apartment. Boo is
Mm-mm-mm.
not gonna be happy. So if your
Mm-mm.
sugar is impacted, that kind of sugar, it's because you're still in that 1 bedroom apartment.
Oh wow. No
So you
man.
just do right. Just do right. Just file the income. Come see me, me or my staff. We can
Yeah.
all help you get right with Uncle Sam.
There you go. That's who you need to see right there.
That's it.
Man. So okay, see, y'all getting all this real fact stuff, this factual stuff that you never
This is
really
good.
thought was under the table. You thought that was cool. See, it's not. It's not. Then
It's
you
not.
wonder why Boo left you. Okay.
Uh, Now your sugar messed up. You done messed up your sugar.
Oh well.
And I'm
So let's
not
go to
talking about your diabetes sugar. I'm talking about your
there
sugar.
you go. Your sugar. So let's do the next question.
Okay.
Okay. Fact or fiction here. If my granny babysits my kid and she won't give me her social, I can't claim dependent car expenses.
Okay. Okay. So I think
That's a
there's a typo in there, but let me rephrase the question. I think
okay.
what you're asking is, okay, so I have small children and my
Hmm.
granny babysits those kids while I go to work, right? Okay.
Okay.
And granny doesn't want to give me her social security number, so I can't write off what I'm paying granny for childcare expenses.
Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And so that happens a lot, you guys. So what happens is, and especially in communities where we, really embrace each other and we help
Hmm.
each other out, we
The
have our
village.
village, right? Our
Hmm.
village, right? Okay. So let's look at this. So you've got two small children, 2-year old and 3-year old. You have to go to work, correct? You got to go to
Correct.
work. Well, Granny is 70 years old. She's retired. She's home all day.
Hmm.
Can't Granny keep the kids? Granny says, sure, bring them babies to me. Bring them babies to me. Okay. You like, bet, bet. I know they're going to be in good hands. Granny got them.
Mm-hmm.
Bet I can go to work. So you take the kids over there, and Granny says, well, now, you're going to have to pay Granny something.
Right.
I don't mind watching the kids, but you're gonna have to pay me something. I'm not gonna charge you what them child care places charge you, but I'm gonna charge you $200 a week for both kids.
Mm-hmm.
And you're thinking, okay, that's fair. I mean, Granny will have the kids 5 days a week, $200 a week. I can swing that. That's fair. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so you're paying Granny all year long, 50 weeks. Okay, you pay Granny $200 a week for 50 weeks. That's $10,000. Okay,
Wow. Granny made some money.
okay. So now it's February. You've got your W 2 in the mail, and you go to your tax professional, the Moon Group, 833-864-1040. And the Moon Group says, okay, you've got these two small children. Did you pay for any child care? And you're going to say, yes, I did. I paid $200 a week all year. That's $10,000. Yes, I did. Can I write that off? And the Moon Group is going to say, yes, but we need proof of those child care expenses. And
Mm-hmm.
you're going to say, well, how do I get proof? Well, whomever watched your kids can just write out a little letter telling us how much you paid all year, and make sure that person puts their social security number on the paper. And you think, okay,
Mm-hmm.
no worries. You go to Granny that night and you say, Granny, I need you to write this paper that I paid you $10,000, and make sure you put your social security number on it.
You ain't messing up my pension. You're not messing up
Granny
my social
is
security.
Granny is not gonna do it. Granny's not going for that. Granny like, no, baby. I'm not putting my social on no paper. No, ma'am, I'm not. And you're like, Granny, I can't get my deduction if I don't have your social. Well, baby, you won't get that deduction. Okay, so that is how it has always been. But this year, the IRS will actually let us take that $10,000 deduction without
Mm-hmm.
Granny's social.
Wow.
New. That is new for this year. So if Granny is keeping your kids and she doesn't want to give up her social, still come see us. Let us know. We got you.
Oh my gosh. Well, you know what? Granny gangster.
Granny is gangster, but we got your back. We got a little thug in us too. So call us.
I love it. Absolutely love it. Okay, on to the next one. I'm having too much fun. Oh my God. Okay. Fact or fiction. Number 8. Okay. If I didn't file for the past 3 years, I can just start filing this year moving forward. Fact or fiction. I'm going to say fiction.
You are 100% correct. That is fiction. Uncle Sam don't play that. Now, I'm going to date myself here because you
Uh
guys
oh.
know I'm a child of the 70s. So in the 90s, there was a show called In Living Color. Do you remember that, Cammy? In Living Color with
I
the Wayans
do.
brothers? Okay.
Yes.
So there was a character on that show, Damon Wayans played, called Homie. Homie was a
Homie, don't
clown.
play that.
Homie don't play that, right? So Homie was this clown. If you did anything crazy, he would hit you over the head with a sock or something, and he told you, Homie don't play
Homie,
that.
don't play that.
So same thing applies. Homie don't play that. So if you have not filed any prior tax returns, you need to get them filed. There is a statute on how far back we have to go, but 3 years, we have to go back and file those. Homie, don't play that. The IRS wants all of your files back to 2017. As of right now, if you have not filed 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, call us. Let's get you in compliance so that you don't end up locked up like Al Capone.
Locked up.
Locked up.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So, but that's a long time.
It
That's a
is. It
long
is.
time.
And it's actually called the CSED, Collection Statutory Expiration Date. And as of right now, today, February
Mhm.
1st, 2025, we have to go back to 2017 and get those filings done. So
Oh wow.
call us. Yeah,
That's
call us.
yeah.
Call
You
us.
have to call.
You know
Call.
what, Tammy? Your viewers can even text that phone number. They can
Oh,
text
okay.
that phone number, and you don't even know this, Cammy. I'm gonna throw a curveball here at you. If they text that number, and when we ask them how did they hear about us, if they say Cammy, they're gonna get a discount.
Woo, guys. 833-864-1040. Y'all remember that number. 833-864-1040. Get your discount. Tell them you heard it on the Cammie Grayson Show. The Miss Moon Group
Yes.
is here in the house giving discounts. Guys, this is and guess what? It's tax season. So you need this. Hello? Bring this. It's time.
It's time.
It's time. Get this discount. It's there for you. Thank you so much. Thank
You're
you, Miss
very
Deidre.
welcome.
Appreciate that. All right. Next question.
Actually,
Okay.
that's it.
That was
That's
it.
it.
That
That's
was it.
it. I know it went by
It
so
went by too
quickly, right?
fast. Oh my gosh.
We could talk about this all day, Cammy. I know.
Oh
But
my
Mama gotta
gosh.
eat. I'm hungry. It's time for lunch.
I know that's right. Guys, I had so much fun. This was, you know what? I love it. I cannot wait until March, March 1st to get another episode in. Miss Deidre, thank you so much for sharing your valuable nuggets with our listeners and our viewers. You are off the chain. I just absolutely love you. Love your spirit, love your company, love your brand. I mean, it's just, I'm so honored to be in your presence. It's because you're just that good. Thank you so
Well,
much.
thank you, Cammy. Thank you for having us in your amazing new studio and for allowing us to share with your viewers every month something to help them make it make sense.
I absolutely love it. Guys, until next month, right here, SKST Radio, Make It Make Sense podcast. See you guys.
Bye.